This week's Do Something With Your Marketing. Are you ready to win? A lot of us in marketing spend so much time trying to win, trying to get the attention, trying to get the hit, trying to garner a successful campaign that we don't ever think what happens if we're actually successful. We don't think, wow, I'm ready to win. I'm ready to take advantage of this newfound success. This past really week or two, I've had a few friends who have unexpectedly won. One person, Kate O'Neill, went on the 10-year challenge and has been on the front page of all these newspapers and all these news programs. Another friend, Laura Otting, was on the Today Show, and these folks did a fantastic job of winning. They got the attention. They got that groundswell of support and that media landslide. But the question is, were they and are you ready to win? So what I mean by ready to win is that when you have your 15 minutes of fame, it can come and go. You get a brief burst of excitement and attention, and then what? If you are not ready to win, then that attention comes and goes and the spotlight moves on to somebody else. If you are ready to win, it means you capture as much of that audience and attention and transform it into assets that you can then use to extend your success, to extend your audience. So what does that framework look like? Well, what we've got here is essentially a technological and infrastructure framework to help you be ready to win. The framework begins at the bottom here with our tracking technology. On the websites that you own as part of your personal brand or your company's brand, you need to be using services like Google Tag Manager. Totally free, but this is the foundational tracking mechanism that you must have in place and configured correctly to be ready to win, to be able to capture that audience as soon as it comes in and deploy many different technologies. Tag Manager is the mechanism by which you do that. You need to be ready to measure with things like Google Analytics and Google Search Console. If you suddenly start to see increased numbers of searches for your name, you know that you're winning. If you see increased amounts of web traffic, anomalies, you know you're winning. Google Analytics in particular, on the mobile app, which you can get on iPhone and Android, and even on the desktop app, will send you notifications saying, hey, something's going on. There's anomalous traffic happening, and it'll let you know if you have notifications turned on. It'll let you know as soon as something starts popping, like, hey, pay attention, something's happening. So make sure that you have those services installed. For message testing to see what it is that is resonating with people, two services. One, Google Optimize, will let you test to see if different things on your website resonate or not. And you want to have that in place and be ready to run tests and adapt if you need to quickly change your messaging. For example, there's a personalization option that allows you to totally rewrite your content very quickly and show different versions of it to people. So if you were on the Today Show, you could A/B test 50% of the traffic, saying, hey, Today Show fans, and see if that resonates more. And if it does, then you flip it on and leave it on until the 15 minutes of fame has moved on. You also need to be using social listening tools of some kind. I personally use a tool called TalkWalker, but there are many, many others. You got to have your ear to the ground. Be listening, and listening not only for you and your name, but also what is happening around the topic. So again, going back to Kate O'Neill's 10-year challenge thing. Listen to the hashtag around 10-year challenge. What else are people talking about? Be running analytics so that you can add to the message that you're sharing or fine-tune the message to make it more specific. Next, you must have a capture layer. And a capture layer means that you're doing something with all that attention. There are two types of captures. One is sort of a main sale, like, hey, this is the thing, register for product or service, hire us, buy our book, whatever the case is. You want to have that main sale. You want to have it be prominent on your owned media properties and on your profiles and things like that. You also want to have an alternate sale, and this is typically like an email newsletter. It can be also, follow me on social or something like that, but email's better. But you want to make sure that you have the alternate sale just as prominent, because people who have just heard about you through a news story already may not be ready to buy something, but they would be interested in learning more about you. So having those alternate sales with things like, the little less obtrusive pop-up on your website, or a reminder or an exit pop-up or something that lets you capture that attention and be able to hold on to it. That's part of the Ready to Win framework. That's what really powers a lot of this behind the scenes, is you want to make sure you're capturing people and you have the mechanism to do so. You also have a networking layer for the Ready to Win framework. This is the paid, earned, shared, owned content. What content do you have that is ready for sharing, that is ready for referral, that is ready for ad support in support of your message? So if you are on, if you're on the Today Show about personal transformation, do you have blog posts ready to go that people can share, infographics, memes, whatever the case may be? You need to have stuff that has handles that people can pick up and take with them to wherever it is they go next and help share your message. So really important to have that. You also must have, or you should have, some form of influencer activation, something that you can use, a group of people that are friendly, that are in support of you, so that when you win, when you are getting the attention, they can help amplify that message. As soon as you say, hey, folks, please share this thing, they're ready to pitch in and help give you that spotlight, reflect that spotlight to more and different locations. Finally, on the promotion side, you must have retargeting and remarketing set up. It's part of the tracking section, in the sense that you need to have the tracking mechanism in place. Things like Facebook ads, Twitter ads, display retargeting, YouTube ads, all those things, Google AdWords ads that are tracking who comes to your website, enrolling them in audiences, and then bringing them back over time. You don't necessarily need to be running the ads when people are on your site, but you absolutely need to be targeting and tracking those folks so that you can bring them back later. Ideally, you have different tracking pixels for different types of activity. If someone's looking at your products or services page, or you're looking at your team page, or they're looking at your blog, maybe track those audiences differently and see how much overlap there is. Some people will be more interested or more potential buyers than others. So this is the Ready to Win framework. You need to have all these pieces in place before you win. It's very, very difficult to set this up when you're in the middle of the spotlight and people are calling you and your phone's blowing up and your messages are blowing up and people are sliding into your DMs. You want to have this all set up well in advance. Be ready to win. So for this week, for doing something with your marketing, it's kind of a fun exercise. Think about, oh gosh, wouldn't it be great if Oprah mentioned us on her show? Well, use that as motivation to be ready to win. So that's what we wanted to do with our marketing this week. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter, and thanks for watching. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.